Alright everyone, requested by Oloap Niag, we're going to do my DreamWorks VHS collection 2020 edition. I've got 8 clamshells and 15 slipcovers, so let me go ahead and get this started. First VHS I have is the 1999 VHS of Antz. Every ant has to stay. I got this VHS from Faith Farm. Very smart and very funny. It says, "Good Morning America, Joel Siegel." Featuring the voices of Woody Allen, Sharon Stone, Sylvester Stallone, and Gene Hackman. 2 big thumbs ups to Siskel and Ebert. Rated PG is an hour and 23 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Antz. Put on January 6th, 1999. Next tape I have is the 2000 VHS of Chicken Run from the creators of Wallace and Gromit. The year's funniest movie, says Andrew Johnson, US Weekly. I first showed you this VHS, my VHS collection, when I first started my YouTube account. Superb family fun. It says Jeffrey Lyons, WNBC TV. Magical entertainment for all ages, says Roger Ebert in the movies. 2 thumbs up, says Roger Ebert in the movies. Rated G is an hour and 24 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Chicken Run. Printed on October 31st, 2000. Well, next tape I have is a 1998 VHS of Mouse Hunt with Nathan Lane and Lee Evans, the funniest movie of the year. I first showed you this VHS on my... I first showed you this VHS in my VHS collection when I started my YouTube account as well. Four stars, inspired and irresistible, says Jim Svejda, KNX CBS Radio. A comedic masterpiece, says Paul Wonder, WBAI Radio. As adorable as Babe, says Gian Wolf's Hollywood. Rated PG is an hour and 38 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Mouse Hunt. Put it on March 22nd, 1998. Next tape I have is a 1998 VHS of Paulie, a perfect family movie, says Los Angeles Times. I've got this VHS from Faith Farm. The most enchanting family film since Babe, says KNX CBS Radio. Rated PG and it's an hour and 32 minutes. Here's what it looks like for Paulie. Printed on August 17th, 1998. Next tape I have is a 1999 VHS of The Prince of Egypt. I first showed you this VHS, my VHS collection, when I first started my YouTube account. Dazzling, says Jim Mousel, New York Times. Spectacular, says Carrie Butler, UPI. Includes the 1998 Best Original Song, When You Believe. Rated PG, it's an hour and 39 minutes. Here's what the tape looks like for The Prince of Egypt. Put on May 25th, 1999. Next tape I have is a 2000 VHS of The Road to El Dorado. Thumbs up is Roger Ebert in movies. I first showed you this. I also showed you this VHS on my VHS collection when I started my YouTube account. Solid gold. The Road to El Dorado is paved with laughs, says Joel Siegel, Good Morning America. An instant classic that both kids and adults will love, says Neil Rosen, NY1. Rated PG and it's 1 hour and 29 minutes. Shit. Here's what the tip looks like for The Road to El Dorado. Printed on June 14th, 2000. Thank God it didn't break. Well, now, sorry I put it in the wrong spot. Next VHS I have is the 1998 VHS of Small Soldiers. Smart, funny, and action-packed. It's ABC Radio Networks. I got this VHS from Faith Farm. Charming and funny as Los Angeles Times. Rated PG-13, and it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. And here's what the table looks like for Small Soldiers. Printed on October 21st, 1998. I'm gonna have to do this the harder way, or easier way. No, I'm gonna have to do this that way. Alright, last cancel I have is the 2002 VHS of Spirit Stallion the Cimarron from the studio that brought you Shrek. 2 thumbs up, says Eber and Roper. I first showed you this VHS on my VHS collection when I started my YouTube account. The best animated story since The Lion King, says Real Source News. A fun ride for the whole family, says Thelma Adams US Weekly. An instant classic, says Clay Smith Access Hollywood. One of the most beautiful and exciting animated features ever made, says Leonard Matlin Hot Ticket. Ray G, and it's 1 hour and 23 minutes. Here's what the table looks like for Spirit Stallion the Cimarron. Printed on September 25th, 2002. And Spirit Stallion the Cimarron has defeated Monsters Inc. for the best animated film as the 2002 Oscar-winning animated films. Whoa, sorry. Better not knock these clamshells over. And now for the slipcovers. Next tape I have is the 2001 VHS of Almost Famous from the writer and director of Jerry Maguire. 2 Golden Globes including Best Picture. 2 Golden Globes including Best Comedy Picture. I've also got this VHS off of eBay. Over 150 critics agree it one of the top 10 films of the year. The best movie of the year, says Roger Ebert and Roper in the movies. The year's single most entertaining film, says Roger Ebert. Delightful coming out of age comedy, says David Ann's in Newsweek. Golden Globe winner, Best Supporting Actress, Kate Hudson. An RSP that engaging, says Jeffrey Lands, WNBC. Another delight from the first frame to fade out, says Lou Lamanick, New York Post. Radar, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. And here's the tape looks like for Almost Famous. There we've got Blockbuster label blocking the print date, since it's a Blockbuster copy. Next tape I have is the 1998 VHS of Amistad with Morgan Freeman, Anthony Hopkins, Digimon Hounsou, and Matthew McConaughey. Absolutely unforgettable, says Jeffrey Lyons, WNBC TV. I got this VHS from Faith Farm. Amistad is superlative achievement, says Gene Slid today. Radar, it's 2 hours and 35 minutes. And here's what it looks like for Amistad, put on June 10th, 1988. I first watched this film when we get to talk about the Underground Railroad or something. When we get to watch this movie in my U.S. history class on my junior year of high school. Next tape I have is the 1999 VHS of Forces of Nature with Sandra Bullock and Ben Affleck. Outrageously funny, says Jeffrey Lyons, WNBC TV. Got this VHS from Goodwill. Warm-hearted and fun is Yalan Chang Newsweek. Rated PG-13. It's 1 hour and 46 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Forces of Nature, and then we got a Blockbuster label blocking the printing. Alright. Next tape I have, we've got the 1999 VHS of Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, and Alan Rickman. 4 stars. Funny, says David Anson Newsweek. I got this VHS from, I think from Goodwill. 2 thumbs up. It says Roger Ebert and Harry Knowles. Roger Ebert the movies. Commander Peter Quincy Taggart says Tim Allen, like Tony Madison, says Sigourney Weaver and Dr. Lazarus, and says Alan Rickman. These are the characters that these actors are playing. The funniest, wittiest comedy of the year, says NBC TV. Rated PG into 1 hour and 42 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Galaxy Quest on April 3rd, 2000. It might be the 2000 VHS. So. Oh. There we go. And now for the next tape I have, which is the 2000 VHS of Gladiator with Russell Crowe. 4 stars, says Andrew Johnson, US Weekly. Dazzling Spectacular, says David Anson, Newsweek. I got this VHS from, I think from Faith Farm. A closest of the rousing actions as Barry Travers Rolling Stone. The general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator who defined an empire. A stunning, explosive, breathtaking epic, says Bill Zile, ABC Radio Network. A Jewing larger than a life hero, says Newsweek. It's Russell Crowe is simply magnificent, says Jonathan Foreman, New York Post. Rated R, it's 2 hours and 35 minutes. And here's what the tip looks like for Gladiator. Printed on March 31st, 2001, even though it's a 2000 VHS. Next tape I have is a 2003 VHS of Head State with Chris Rock and Roddy Mack. Chris Rock rules, hail to the chief of comedy, says Fox News Channel. I got this VHS, I think from when my dad's selling some VHS tapes in case I need them. Hilarious, it's the New York Post. Rated PG-13 for language and some sexuality and drug references, and it's an hour and 35 minutes. Here's what the table looks like for Head of States. Printed August 10th, 2004. So it must be the 2004 VHS, not 2003. Next tape I have is the 2001 VHS of The Last Castle with Robert Redford, James Gandolfini, Mark Ruffalo, and Delroy Lindo. Terrifically in our taste is Roger Ebert Roper. I got this VHS I got this VHS, I think, for when my dad's selling them, in case I needed them. Reverend Gandolfini are right on the mice, Roger Ebert Roper. Rated R for language and violence, and it's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Here's the tip looks like for The Last Crusade. It's got 2 print dates, January 19th, 2002 and January 31st, 2002, even though it's a 2001 VHS. Next tape I have is the 2002 VHS of Minority Report. So it's for Tom Cruise. Spielberg's sharpest, brawniest, most bustling entertainment since Raiders of the Lost Ark is Richard Curtis time. Reminds us why we go to the movies in the first place. It's Roger Ebert Chicago Sun-Times. It's based upon the short story by Philip Dick. Rated PG-13 for violence, brief language, and some sexual... Oh, I see. Got a preview sticker label blocked. Oh, it just hit my camera. And here's what the tape looks like from Minority Report, and it's 2 hours and 26 minutes. We got the Blockbuster label blocking the print date. Next tape I have, we've got the 2003 VHS of Old School, outrageously funny to MTV Radio networks. Starring Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, and Vince Vaughn. All the fun of college, none of the education. Got this VHS for my 21st birthday, I think. Extremely funny in the same plentiful belly laugh category as There's Something About Marriage as the Washington Post. Starring Will Ferrell from Saturday Night Live, Luke Wilson from Legally Blonde, and Vince Vaughn from Swingers. And Tom Phillips is also the director of Road Trip. Rated R for some strong sexual content, nudity, and language. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Let me set the camera down so it's easier for me to pull the tape out of the slipcover. Actually, it's got plastic wrap attached to the slipcover, so I need to get some scissors out. It's only going to take me a couple minutes. There you go. And now, I can pull the tape out of the slipcover. And now the headphones are unplugged, so I have to plug them back in. There we go. Here's what it looks like for old school. Put on January 24th, 2004, even though it's a 2003 VHS. I don't know why I forgot to unwrap the old school VHS tape out of the plastic wrap. It's since I got it for my 21st birthday. Next tape I have is a 1997 VHS of The Peacemaker with George Clooney and Nicole Kidman. A Breathless for Lotus Jan Maslin, the New York Times. I got this VHS off of eBay. White Knuckle dancing with plenty of smarts as James led today's show. Rated R, 2 hours and 4 minutes. And here's what it looks like for The Peacemaker. Put on December 3rd, 1998. I think this tape is from 1998. Let me look. This tape's from 1997, but I don't know the print date's being delayed. Just let me know in the comments when this VHS is being released. Well, and now for the next tape I have, which is the 2000 VHS of Road Trip, the greatest college tradition of all. I've got this VHS from Faith Farm. Journalistically Finances Newsweek. A wild, whacked out ride. Starring Breckenmeyer and Amy Smart. You could get whiplash for laughing so hard as Good Morning America's Joel Siegel. A comedic jabs is Neil Rosen and my one in center seats. And this is I think this is the first movie directed by Todd Phillips. Rated R, 1 hour and 34 minutes. Here's what it looks like for Road Trip. You got the Hollywood video label. Next tape I have is a 1998 VHS of Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks, a special limited edition. Also co-starring Edward Burns, Matt Damon, and Tom Sizemore. 5 Academy Awards include Best Director 1998, Steven Spielberg. Got this VHS when Dad's selling them, in case I needed them. This is a special limited edition. In the last great invasion of the last great war, the greatest danger for 8 men was saving 1. I think this movie's rated R, and I don't know how long it's this movie, but you'll find out. Two hours and 49 minutes. There you go. There's tape. What there? Oh. There's the feature tape for Saving Private Ryan, put on October 20th, 1999. And there's the bonus footage tape for Saving Private Ryan, put on October 9th, 1999. So the bonus footage tape was printed 11 days before, 11 days before the feature tape. Now I have to put these tapes back in. I have to do that gently, because this is no easy task. There we go. Well, alright, now we got 3 more tapes. Next tape I have is a 2001 VHS of Shrek, featuring the voices of Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and John Lithgow. Small and hilarious is David Antz Newsweek. One of the best movies of the year is Joel Siegel, Good Morning America. A special edition video cassette. All the Shrek movies slipcover VHS slipcovers are, I think, thicker, but not this one. The party continues more Shrek than ever before, and all new extended ending. Not just a brilliant anime feature, but a superb film of any level, says Larry King USA Today. Monstrously clever, says Lee Rosen, People Magazine. 2 big thumbs up, says Roger Ebert and Richard Roper, Eben Roper, and the movies. Rated PG for mild language and some crude humor, and it's an hour and 33 minutes. Here's what the tape looks like for Shrek. We got the Hollywood video label. And now for the next tape I have. So the next tape I have is a 2000 VHS of Small Time Crooks with Woody Allen, Tony Jarrow, Hugh Grant, George Grizzard, John Lovitz, Elaine May, Michael Rappaport, Elaine Stritch, and Troy Shieldsman. Explode with big-time actors as Gene Schlitt Today. I got this VHS off of eBay. Thumbs up, says Roger and Ebert. Actually, I can't see what it says because, excuse me, it says it's got the scanning. It's got the scanning thingy. It's got the scanning sticker label blocking the way. Lively Woody and Rocky, says ABC Radio Network, excuse me. Rated PG, and it's an hour and 35 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Small Time Crooks. On November 19th, 2000. I haven't seen this movie yet, so I'd like to give this one a watch. And now for the next tape I have, which is a 2000 VHS of What Lies Beneath, with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer. He was the perfect husband until his one mistake followed them home. A first-class neurosis, Dennis Cunningham, WCBS TV. Got this VHS off from Goodwill. Spine Tiddling, says Michael Wilmington, Chicago Tribune. Does for bathtubs what Psycho did for showers, says Luminate New York Post. Rated PG-13 for terror, violence, sexuality, and brief language. And it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. And here's what it looks like for What Lies Beneath. Put on April 17th, 2001. Even though it's a 2000 VHS. And that's going to wrap up my DreamWorks VHS Collection 2020 edition. So, you could send me what movie collection videos we do next. Like a VHS DVD collection video for, like a VHS collection or DVD collection video for 2020. Remember, one request at a time, please. Thanks for watching. Like the video. If you like the video, please be sure to share, subscribe, comment, and click the post notification bell. Like I say, you can send me requests for what VHS or DVD collection video we do next. Remember, one request at a time, please, and whoever sends me that request first gets it. Thanks for watching. This video is now adjourned.